Today, we're going to talk about something that is, well, it's just incredibly personal. We're going to explore what it means to care for a loved one with dementia. And this isn't just about managing a disease, not at all. It's really about learning how to build an entirely new kind of relationship from the ground up.
And it all really boils down to this one incredibly complex question. How do we do this? How do we care for someone who is our parent, but now depends on us in ways they haven't since we were tiny? It's this huge role reversal, and you know what? It is absolutely okay to feel a mix of everything. Love, confusion, maybe even a sense of loss.
So, the core idea we're going to unpack is this: learning to build a new relationship right on the foundation of the old one. We're not trying to erase the past, not for a second. It's all about adapting to care for the person they are right now, honoring that shared history while meeting their needs in the present.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at what this new relationship actually looks like. Then, we'll dive into 3 really powerful mindsets that can be your guide: embracing emotions, setting loving boundaries, and protecting your own identity. And then we'll wrap up by talking about how to make space for love through all of it.
This new kind of relationship, it's a really delicate balance. We still hold all that respect for them as our parent, of course. But the way we communicate, the way we support them, those strategies have to change to fit their new reality.
To help you navigate this whole journey, we're going to focus on these 3 key mindsets. Think of them as your toolbox, really. They're compassionate tools for both your loved one and for you. So let's jump into the first one.
All right, first up, embracing emotions. This is all about shifting your focus. Instead of getting caught up in facts and memories, which, let's be honest, can be a real source of conflict, we're going to tune into the feelings that are hiding underneath.
And hey, this goes for you too. I want you to give yourself permission to feel all of it. Any unresolved pain, any regrets, and of course that deep, deep love. You don't need to have a perfect history to be an amazing caregiver today. Just accepting your own complicated feelings is a huge step in lowering your own stress.
Now, this slide is so important because it shows the difference between our gut reaction and a much better way forward. When a loved one says something that isn't right, our first instinct is to correct them, right? But that can just make them frustrated or agitated. The better path is to listen for the emotion behind the words. Are they feeling anxious, confused, maybe a little scared? That's what you respond to.
And this quote just nails it. If your parent is worried about a doctor's appointment they think they missed, arguing about the date isn't going to help. But saying something like, "It's okay, we can take it slow," addresses that anxiety directly. That calm, gentle response can de-escalate the whole situation for both of you. It's a game changer.
Okay, on to our second mindset. And this one is a biggie: setting loving boundaries. I'm going to say that subtitle again because it's so important. Sustainable care is not selfish. It is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself and for the relationship in the long run.
So where do you start? It begins with being really honest with yourself. You have to ask these questions. How much can I realistically give? How long can I keep this up? What specific help do I actually need? Answering these honestly, that's your first step to building a plan that you can actually live with. And it helps you avoid that awful guilt that creeps in when you push way past your limits.
Let's completely reframe what it means to ask for help. Getting some respite care, hiring a professional, or just leaning on your family, that is not a sign of failure. It's a strategy. It's a protective measure. It's what makes sure you don't burn out, so you can be there providing that loving care for the long haul.
And that brings us to our third and final mindset, which is all about protecting your own identity. Because it is so easy for the role of caregiver to just slowly take over every other part of who you are.
This chart is a perfect way to visualize this. We all have these different parts to our lives, right? We're partners, parents, employees, friends. But when you're a caregiver, that caregiver slice of the pie can just grow and grow until it starts eating up all the others. Actively protecting those other parts of your life is absolutely essential.
And just to be crystal clear, doing this is not selfish. Making time for your job, for your hobbies, for your friends, that's what recharges your batteries. If you let those things go, you head straight for burnout, and that ends up hurting the very person you're trying so hard to care for.
So, as we start to bring this all together, let's just be real about the emotional side of this journey. It's messy, it's hard, and it's filled with a whole universe of feelings that seem to contradict each other.
Please, just take a second and let that sink in. Feeling exhausted or conflicted or even angry sometimes, it does not mean you love them any less.
it doesn't mean you're failing. Actually, it's proof of how deep and real and profound your connection is. It's a testament to a lifetime of love.
And that right there is the heart of this entire explainer. These 3 mindsets we talked about, embracing emotion, setting boundaries, protecting your identity, they're all about creating and protecting a space inside of you. A space where love and patience and compassion have room to breathe and keep on flowing, even on the absolute hardest days.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. As you pour all of your energy into creating a world of safety and comfort for your loved one, please never, ever forget to ask yourself this crucial question. Because the most important resource in this whole entire journey, well, it's you.